Sagan.
Oh man, finally the sun's out. You know what that means? It's time to get some riding, man. Well, the grass is so slippery. It's been fucking raining for like a week. I haven't been able to ride at all. It's been fucking raining all the time. I'm so glad we're done and over with that. I mean, I'm new to Pittsburgh, but is fucking summers like this in Pittsburgh all the time? I don't understand. It's so cold, and it's been raining, it's so shitty, but I'm not here to talk about weather today, guys. Today, I would like to start a discussion, a friendly discussion, please, about, you know, which is a better bike for who, the FZ07 or the FZ09. Leave your comments below. Let me know what you think. And of course, I'm going to share my opinions in this video. But do let me know what you think. The reasons why I chose FZ07 over the FZ09 were, you know, a few things. First, I really thought the FZ07 looked a lot better than the FZ09. I mean, even in the pictures, I think FZ07 looks a lot better. But it's just an opinion, you know. Looks are just subjective. I mean, I might like them, somebody else may not. But for me, I thought the FZ07 looks a lot better. The third reason was the engine. Now, dual cylinder engines has been around for decades, right? We all know that. They're reliable. They're the most friendly engines out there. And the FZ09, it has a triple, and Yamaha doesn't really do triples. I think they're one of the first ones. And ever since they've launched the FZ09, it's had a few issues with it already. They've had a few recalls with that bike. But, you know, it's just a new engine, and I wasn't willing to take a risk on a completely new bike. I mean, Yamaha they make great bikes. I don't think it's gonna have any problems in the long run, but I just wanted to be a bit more safer and go with the FZ07 than the FZ09. That's just another reason why. And then I think the third reason why I chose this bike over the other one was just the rideability of this bike. If I want to, I can push this bike a lot and I'll be okay. But with the FZ09, if you twist your throttle a bit too quick, even in first, second, third, the wheel will come up, and that's very dangerous. You know, the bike is just not very stable. The front end suspension is not very stable, and it makes the wheel come up very easily. It's a very, 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 very torquey bike and not a very safe bike. If you're trying to push your bike a lot, every time you try to push that bike, it's gonna try to come up. So it's not fun. I didn't think that would be fun. So that's another reason why I didn't pick it. I mean, if you're a beginner trying to get into bikes for the first time, you have never ridden a bike before, don't even think about the FZ09. Do not get the FZ09 if you're a beginner. On the other hand, if you're a beginner, I think FZ07 will probably be the best bet. I mean, I would if I was a beginner, I would consider the FZ07 over any of the 300s or the 500s. When I first started riding, I was back home in India, so I started riding on like a 150, I think. and that power is enough for, you know, the speed limits there and the roads there. But when I came here, I bought a 300, and in 2 months I was done with that bike, man. I didn't want to ride that bike at all because it just felt so weak. It didn't have much power for me. Whereas this bike, I think if you invest in an FZ07, you can start with the slow, you know, don't push it, get used to the bike, and have a year or so under your belt and still be able to have more power for you after you become a bit more experienced. I don't think you'll ever get bored with the FZ07. But if you start on an FZ09, it's going to be a bit difficult to kind of polish up your skills and learn how to learn how to ride. But yeah, that's another reason. If you're a beginner, don't get it. I mean, I'm not saying I'm a beginner, but I'm just, you know, I'm sure I have a couple of followers that are beginners. So don't even think about the FZ09. What else? What else? I don't know. I mean, I test drove both of the bike. I just felt a lot comfortable on this bike. That triple, I mean, it makes a mean sound with an aftermarket exhaust, but I think this, you fucking bitch. But this dual cylinder also makes a great sound with an aftermarket exhaust. I know I still have the stock one. I've just been trying to save up some money to invest in one, but I haven't been able to save up much, so we'll get one soon. Oh, I took off the bar end mirrors on this bike. Didn't like them. So the thing is, if you put a bar end mirror on here and you keep it too close to the throttle, it gets stuck, and then your throttle will get stuck. So I didn't want to. And then you have to keep it a bit out, so you know your throttle doesn't stick, and that is, it comes off so easily and it vibrates a lot. I couldn't see shit out of them, so I decided to stick with the stock mirrors for now. And they look pretty good with the windscreen on. I think they look pretty ridiculous without the windscreen, but after the windscreen, they look really good. I like them a lot. I mean, the bar end looked really good too, but if they're not useful, then what the fuck? But yeah, I did a review on the windscreen as well. If you haven't checked that out, I'll leave it in the description or somewhere on the screen. Check it out. It's really cool. But yeah, I mean, I don't have many reasons why I chose the FZ07, but I think the reasons that I have are crucial to me. They were very important to me. But please do comment below. Let me know why you chose the FZ07 or the FZ09. And would you recommend it to what kind of rider? Would you recommend it to beginner, intermediate, expert? Please have a healthy discussion down there. Be nice. And you know, I'll like always, I'll leave my feedback down there too. If you guys have any questions for me, I'll be more than happy to answer them. But yeah, thanks for, I think I have about 250 subscribers now. Thank you very much for subscribing to the channel. I mean, it means a lot. I was not expecting to get much subscribers at all. I just want to make these videos to help my fellow riders make them the right decision, buy the bike they want to buy, and just kind of, you know, show them the city of Pittsburgh if they haven't been around here. But yeah, thanks for subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it, and I've been getting a lot of good comments from you guys and a lot of good questions as well, and I've been answering them. So if you do have additional questions, don't hesitate to leave them down below, and I try to reply to every single comment. Since there aren't many yet, at least I try to reply to all of them as soon as I can. But yeah, please, if you haven't subscribed yet, do subscribe to the channel. And always like the video, and if you found this video helpful, do share it with your friends. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. That's all I had. See ya. Last 2 days, and it's just been raining. There's still overcast today, about 50% chance of rain. Hopefully I can get done with this review before it starts raining. Anyway, so let's start with the walk around of the bike. I'll show you some things that are kind of unique to this bike versus the other, and what I think of the looks. Of course, those subjective. Already good. And